Last time on Star Trek Kelvin. Captain Kirk and the brave men and women of the USS Enterprise have been thrown decades into the future. It is a dark future indeed, with the Dominion at war with the Klingon Empire for control of the Alpha Quadrant. Kirk and his new ally, Benjamin Sisko, now arrive at a secure Klingon colony, the planet Earth. What will the troubling machinations of the enigmatic being known as Q cause for our crew next? Will they ever be able to return home and repair the timeline? Find out! And now, the story. As the USS Defiant touches down in a Klingon-controlled San Francisco, Benjamin Sisko recaps the 24th century to James T. Kirk. The Dominion used the Bajoran wormhole to arrive in the Alpha Quadrant and swayed the Cardassian Union to join them. In response to the threat, the Klingons and Romulans joined forces to crush their mutual foes, while the United Federation of Planets attempted a failed diplomatic resolution. The Dominion eventually managed to infiltrate Romulus, where they stole a substance called red matter and used it to destroy the planet from within. The Klingons then turned on the Federation and, after destroying their fleet at Wolf 359, conquered Federation space. Now, both the Klingon Empire and the Dominion exist in a state of Cold War. Though the humans attempted a resistance against the Klingons, it was short-lived, and the new generation grew up under a Klingon flag on the planet known now as Terra. Sisko eventually joined the Human Auxiliary Corps, where he began shipping cargo and information across the galaxy, becoming part of the Free Federation Resistance, a movement that embodies the ideals of the Federation, the ideals of freedom that can never be eradicated. Finishing his story, Sisko reveals that he is still a valued servant of the Empire and is soon approached by Kurn and taken to Kurn's brother, the Chancellor of Terra. On the planet of Bajor, the Science Division is forced into slave labor. Leonard McCoy, however, remains defiant and is brutalized by the Overseers, only for Julian Bashir to come to his rescue. After learning that McCoy and Spock are from the legendary lost USS Enterprise, he claims to need to introduce them to someone. In San Francisco, Montgomery Scott admires the architecture in spite of the planetary domination, while Odo feels something is amiss. Kurn then introduces the Enterprise crew to the ruler of Terra, his elder brother, Chancellor Worf. Being a student of Earth's history, Worf instantly recognizes Kirk and the Starfleet insignia and believes that both the Enterprise crew and the Klingons can be of mutual benefit to one another. On Bajor, McCoy and Spock discuss their predicament before they are approached by a Cardassian whom they recognize as Q, having assumed a Cardassian guise. Q reveals that in spite of their current troubles, all of the Enterprise crew still lives, and that they will not be subject to these dire circumstances forever before he vanishes. Annoyed, McCoy swears to forswear the Hippocratic Oath next time he sees Q, a sentiment that Spock wholeheartedly agrees to. On Terrak Nor, Dukat is informed that Sisko and his allies have reached the Sol system, but he considers them irrelevant. All that matters is an artifact that is rumored to now be in the hands of the Bajoran Resistance, an artifact that could tip the balance of power in the galaxy itself. On the planet, Bashir argues with Quark regarding the Ferengi's delivery of substandard medicine supplies, an argument overheard by a pair of Wayoans. Though the guards initially take Quark's side, Bashir argues that the substandard supplies will mean the slaves will die sooner and therefore be unable to work. The Vorters are convinced and order Quark to get the proper medicine. Once they are out of earshot, Quark and Bashir congratulate themselves on their acting before the Ferengi flies away from Bajor. Mid-flight, Quark unloads his cargo, Leonard McCoy and Spock. After the former gets over Quark's appearance, the two are introduced to Kira, who proclaims that should everything go to plan, they will be able to get back aboard the Enterprise and correct their own timeline. In San Francisco, Kurn suddenly turns on Worf, killing him on the spot. The forms of Kurn and the guards shimmer, revealing themselves to be changelings who proclaim the Earth is now under their command. Aboard Quark's ship, Leonard McCoy and Spock are introduced to the artifact, which is a tablet. Though McCoy is unimpressed by its appearance, Kira explains the artifact's significance in Bajoran mythology. According to legend, it contains two spirits, a benevolent prophet and a malicious Pa-wraith, and if the former can be freed, its power might be enough to restore order to the galaxy, before she briefly explains the history of the Dominion and their alliance with the Wraiths. When asked by Spock how she intends to free the prophet, Kira reveals that they are on course to a hidden planet to complete the ritual and offers both McCoy and Spock a spot in their rebellion. Back on San Francisco, both James T. Kirk and Benjamin Sisko remain defiant in the face of the changelings before a shuttlecraft called by Odo streaks into the rescue with Miles O'Brien at the helm, who takes them all back to the orbiting USS Defiant. Aboard Quark's ship, Kira makes plans to supply the rebellion and make for the planet before Quark reveals that he will not be helping them. Opening the cargo bay doors, he reveals the Dominion has made him a better offer than the Resistance and have won his loyalty. Though Kira attempts to fight, Spock restrains her, seeing that the fight is already lost. The tablet is then seized by the leading Cardassian, who takes the three prisoners back to Terok Nor. Above Earth, the Defiant streaks away at impulse, owing to its faulty warp drive. Salvation, who comes at the hands of Montgomery Scott, who manages to trick the calibration centers into thinking that the dilithium mix is optimal, allowing them to make their escape, much to Miles O'Brien's amazement. Kirk is then suddenly whisked away by Q to witness the Cardassians prepping the USS Enterprise for flight. Q again refuses to be forthcoming, only saying he wants Kirk to experience hopelessness and accept the reality of the no-win scenario. Returning Kirk to the Defiant, Sisko promises to help get the Enterprise back, but they need to make a stop first. Aboard Terok Nor, Dukat welcomes his prisoners, and after engaging with some false pleasantries, he smashes the tablet, freeing both the Prophet and the Pa-wraith. This concludes parts 3 and 4 of the comic book series known as the Q Gambit. If you guys and gals enjoyed this particular little story, please throw a like and a subscribe up on YouTube, and throw a comment down below letting me know what you think about this installment. Do you think that this particular story is exciting? Is it fun? Or do you think it's a bit boring and kind of lame that they happen to just throw all of the known characters from DS9 and the Kelvin universe together for seemingly no reason? I'm curious to hear what all of you guys and gals think about that. And of course, I'm curious to hear what all of you guys and gals think about what Q has in store for the brave, intrepid crew of the USS Enterprise Kelvin. I appreciate, again, all of you guys and gals checking out this video, and I will see all of you guys and gals next time. Live long and prosper, my Trekkies!